Hair is up in my claw clip, which means we're doing some makeup today. I thought we could discuss trending products and makeup techniques because there's been quite a few going around. Some I can fully back, others I'm like, ¿por qué? Is this necessary? So let's discuss. First thing we're gonna talk about is, I've already stated my opinion on this one, but let's revisit laminated brows. I think that it really depends on what look you're going for. For a natural look, I love a laminated brow. That's what I'm gonna do today because I think a lot of the products and techniques are more so on the natural side. My favorite product is the e.l.f. Brow Lift. You really don't have to spend a ton of money on a good brow product. I love laminated brows for a natural look, but there have been occasions where I've seen people in person, including myself. I've seen myself in person. There have been occasions where I've looked at myself and I've thought, wow, your brows look really unnatural, which seems contradictory to what the laminated brow is supposed to do. It's supposed to make your brows look natural, but for some reason, in person, at times, it can translate really unnatural and just, I don't know, you do a double take on people's brows. You're like, why are they so fluffy? Why are they flat to your face? They don't look, they don't look natural, which again, is going against what a laminated brow is supposed to do. But I will say what I do love about it is look at how much thicker it makes my brows look compared to this with nothing in it. A regular brow gel does not do this to my brows, only this type of product. And the e.l.f. Brow Lift, is that what it's called? e.l.f. Brow Lift is my favorite product because it's so affordable. Conclusion, when it comes to laminated brows, I do love it. It just depends. I don't want to go overboard, so maybe it's a matter of trimming down my brows so that they don't go up too high. I do like the effect it has, and I love that, I don't know, anytime you add makeup, you run the risk of looking unnatural, right? We've all seen like the no makeup looks that require like 100 different steps and products. So the second you fill in your brow, it's gonna look unnatural because you're physically adding a product to your face, whereas this, it's almost just kind of like gluing them in place and making them look thicker with a brow gel, which I really, really like. Another e.l.f. product. So again, we're going over products and techniques. This was more so a focus on technique. Product, the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. I haven't used this too much. I'm gonna use it today. But I don't know, I think when I used it, I didn't really notice much. It is very sticky. I do love the advertisement, the commercial that e.l.f. did with is it Jennifer Coolidge? Tanya from White Lotus. The ad they did during the Super Bowl was genius, and it got me to immediately use mine, even though I've had it forever. But yeah, it is like a gel. I know my friend who's not a beauty person swears by it for longevity of makeup, but I don't have too much experience with it. I will say that the formula is nice though. It is sticky. e.l.f. has really, I mean, between the brow gel, this, and then the next product that I'm gonna discuss, which is e.l.f. Halo Glow, which is an exact duplicate for, who says duplicate? Which is an exact dupe for Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. Their formulas have gotten really good and really advanced. I remember when I couldn't afford makeup, e.l.f. is all I would buy. And I remember some of their stuff just not being great. So I can really make the statement that their formulas and products have come a long, long way from when I used to use them back in college in 2011, 2012. The primer dries down really nice, and it does have, even though it's a gel and it goes on a little bit glossy, it does semi-mattify the skin. So I don't really have like a very firm opinion on the Power Grip Primer. Other than that, it does seem like it's a really nice formula. I just cannot attest to the fact whether it makes my makeup last a very long time. Okay, Halo Glow Liquid Filter and Hollywood Flawless Filter. I feel like every beauty girl on TikTok cannot, or just every beauty makeup tutorial I see on TikTok cannot start without Hollywood Flawless Filter. It is truly the most beautiful formula, beautiful product. It makes your skin look incredible and dewy and fresh. And Halo Glow does exactly the same thing for a quarter of the price. I want to say this is like, I think I discussed this in a previous video. This This is $40, I know that, and this is like, let's just say it's like $11 or something crazy like that. The main difference is I like the undertones in this a lot better. It looks a little more natural and you have more options, whereas the undertones in this just aren't as great. But that doesn't mean you can't find one that will match you. And I just like to add it to the high points of my face. And I also have a little trick that I'm gonna show you guys at the end. I'm using the e.l.f. one today just so that you can see the affordable version. And I always put it on the jawline. I see everyone always putting it on their entire face, which you can do, but I personally don't like my entire face to be glowy, just the high points. I always use my hourglass brush to blend it in and keep it to the high points. I think this is the perfect product when you're on vacation and you want your skin to glow, because especially if you're on vacation somewhere hot and you're sweating, this just like, I don't know, it just gives you like the perfect glowy vacation look. But again, can borderline look sweaty if you apply it all over your face, especially on my upper lip. See that? And right here, it's making me look sweaty, but we're gonna fix it. Next, we're gonna talk about Underpainting by Miss Mary Phillips. She actually did my makeup on my channel, and it's funny because that video has been recirculating and trending on my personal page ever since the underpainting became a trend on TikTok. The thing with underpainting is that I like to apply my base with my fingers, and if I'm applying my concealer and my bronzer and then going with the foundation and I'm blending it in, I just feel like all it's doing is mixing everything together. I think to get the best finish from the underpainting technique, you really have to take your sponge and just lightly press on a really light sheer to medium foundation over it, which is not a technique that I really love. I understand the concept and how it would work, and I do not think she did it. I don't think she did the underpainting technique in that video. I'll have to rewatch it myself. I honestly don't remember. But those are my thoughts. I haven't tried it because I just don't think, again, I like applying my foundation with my fingers, so I don't think it would be for me. So let's just go into foundation next. I would say the one thing I've noticed has been trending a lot with foundation is skin tints. And I absolutely love skin tints. I think that they always look flawless. My ride or die is, I actually might use it today. My ride or die is MAC Face and Body. I think that's like the OG skin tint where it's essentially like a water formula that feels like nothing. But what I love about Face and Body is that as you apply it, it gets thicker and it builds coverage as you warm it up. There's some that I'm really looking forward to trying that I have not tried yet. The Westman Atelier one, which is coming. I have it coming in the mail, I just don't have it yet. The Laura Mercier one, and then the Rare Beauty one I have in the wrong shade, which makes me really sad because I really want to try it. So for now, I'm going to use MAC Face and Body, I think. I'm just kidding. I just remembered I have this Estee Lauder Double Wear Sheer Longwear Makeup, which has been around for a while, but I discovered it pretty late. I love the way this looks on the skin, so I'm actually going to use this. And the thing with a lot of these skin tints is that you really need to shake it before you apply it. But I do love that overall natural makeup is having a moment. I just feel like it's always been my style, and a lot of these trends have been things that I do. So I'm really loving the route that makeup is going, the direction it's going in, because for me, it's all about skin. And this is why, if you haven't checked out my shorts, I've been doing a lot of quick foundation try-on and reviews, because skin is so important to me. If I don't feel confident in my skin and foundation and concealer and powder, I feel super unconfident. All my confidence is gone because I feel like people are just staring at I just spit on the camera, that's how passionate I am about this. I feel like people are then just staring at the makeup on my face and not actually me. So skin tints I can fully back, and I'm willing to try any and all of them. So if you want to comment down below what you want to see me try next, please let me know. For today, we're using Estee Lauder Double Wear. This is shade 3WN. Applying it with my fingers. Let's zoom in actually. I'm gonna apply it with my fingers. So I like to just do this and warm it up, kind of in the center of the face, and then I use my sponge to blend it out everywhere else. So this would be a really great product if you wanted to underpaint, but it's not for me. Look at that. Look at how beautiful. This needs to go brighter. Look at how beautiful this formula is. Another great option is to start with a skin tint and then build your coverage with your concealer, which I have definitely done before, because again, I want my skin to look natural. Doesn't mean I don't want coverage. I just want it to look natural even with the coverage. You already know how much I love my Dior Forever Skin Correct Concealer. It's just so good for the face, for the under eyes, for covering up blemishes, imperfections. It's just the best. And I love using this when I want a little more coverage. So I have a few dark spots that are showing through from some past blemishes. So I'm gonna take my shade 2W, which is closer to my skin match. And I'm just gonna dot where I need the extra coverage versus covering my entire face in a full coverage. So it's not a lot, but it honestly makes the biggest difference. If, I don't know, I think some people see these little imperfections on their face and then they think that they need to cover their entire face in a full coverage, which I totally get. I've done that before as well. And it just comes down to personal preference. For me, it just feels really heavy doing it that way. And having a lighter coverage and then adding that full coverage where needed, to me, just gives the best result. Under eye, that's not too bright. Oh, I forgot. Wait, I'll do this side and I'll do this side. The other trend I've been seeing that's been around for a minute now is the concealing right here and then right here. Here are my thoughts, okay? I kind of added it here as well. Regardless, you're going to blend it all out. And if you just add it here and here, I think the only difference really is that you're using less product, but regardless, when you blend it out, you're gonna blend and then go in this direction. It's not like this area is not gonna have concealer. So whether you do this or you do this, I think the outcome is still the same. And for me personally, I just like to keep as little product, at least as little concealer as possible right here, because that's the area that we like to highlight. So essentially, if you're using a lighter concealer, you're kind of highlighting with a lighter color versus with something that has shimmer. I just like, again, as little full coverage on my face as possible. So when I were to blend this out, or as I blend this out, this is an hourglass brush also that I love for this, I'm gonna blend in this direction. So in my opinion, I think that the outcome still ends up being the same as if I were to just dot across the entire under eye like this. It's not really a difference. I almost sabotaged this video. I had the wrong SD card in my camera and it just said it was full. So this has been sitting for a while and it still looks fantastic. I mean, I need to do like a short little video on how like a skin tint and the Dior Forever Skin Correct Concealer are the perfect combination for flawless skin. It's seriously, chef's kiss, so good. Okay, ooh, I'm getting that little like, what is that ringing in your ears called? Is someone talking shit about me? We all know it, love it, it's been around forever, but this color has been currently trending. It's shade 160, which is the, didn't it have the name on here that it was a multi-use concealer? Did I just get bamboozled? Is this the wrong one? I swear it should say like brightener on here. When I ordered it, it said brightener. I'm gonna look it up really quick. Hold on, pause. No, it is. Number 160, the brightener. Okay, whew. I'm like, did I just order the wrong one? And that's why it was available, because it was sold out. So this one, and I'm actually really glad that all things pink under the eyes has been trending, because remember when banana powder was trending, when the Kardashians and Makeup by Mario were doing like the heavy contour, and he said that he would use banana powder underneath Kim's eyes? Yellow works if you're medium to tan. If you're fair, light to medium, it transferred. Banana powder, it was trending, but it only works if you're medium tan, darker shades. If not, it literally looks yellow on your under eyes. And banana powder always had, especially the one from, I think it was Ben Nye, did have a sister that was pink. But everyone was set on the yellow one because of Mario and Kim and whatnot. But pink is what you want to use if you are my skin tone and lighter. I'm like a light to medium. I definitely get way more tan during summer. I'm a fair-skinned Latina Mexican. My mom is very pale, always sunburns. My dad, extremely tan. Both have light eyes. That's how we got me. And I'm not going to use the sponge because I just feel like I'm going to overdo it if I use the sponge. There you can see the pink color. And then I'm going to take a concealer brush, and I'm only going to add it in this little inner corner. I just remember Angel, Mac Daddy, would always call it a starburst effect, putting a very, very light shade in this inner corner, and I've always remembered that. I always do just like a very light patting motion to just keep it in that area, but almost just disperse it a little more versus I feel like the sponge can just pick up product and then you lose the coverage that you get from a, oh, that is stunning. That is stunning. This trend right off the bat, I fully approve of. Wow, that looks so good. I try not to oversell things these days because I feel like that's what everyone does in their short videos. They're like, oh my god, you need this product. It's the best product. It's gonna make you look more beautiful than ever. And I try and just not get too excited, but I'm very impressed with the way this is making my under eyes look really bright. Contour techniques and bronzer techniques. So I just love this Westman Atelier contour stick. I think it is the best, or I think she makes, I almost called her Coco. Gucci, the founder, makes not only the best formulas, but the best shades in the contouring sticks. This is Biscuit, which is on the lighter side, and I actually like that because I like my contour to be a little more discreet versus intense, and this shade is perfect. But what I've been noticing lately is a lot of people applying their bronzer and contour onto their eyelids and blending up, which is something that I've always done, especially with my Glowish bronzer, which I'm going to use in a second. I love the effect it has, and it makes me, especially, I was going to say it makes me use less eyeshadow, but I just hardly ever wear eyeshadow on my day-to-day. It's very, very minimal. Usually it's just contour or bronzer in my crease. So what I would do is apply it here, and if I didn't have brow product, I would go over the brow hairs, and I'm just going to be careful when blending to not get it in there, but you would kind of blend up. The same way that the concealer went this way, the bronzer would then follow that on top. I'm just going to go ahead and contour everywhere else. I'm not a fan of cream bronzers because they always look too orange on me. I want my cream bronzer, cream contour product, technically a contour product, I want it to be this color. I want it to be gray because what I like to do with my actual bronzer is apply it in a powder form over the contour, and I just think it ends up looking more natural and discreet versus whenever I try and use something that is very, very warm, that's a cream product, unless that's all I'm doing. If it's a very natural look and I'm just using a cream bronzer, then yes. So I'm using the very edge of my brush to blend out the crease and then go up. The only time I will use a cream bronzer is when I'm doing something extremely minimal and quick, and that bronzer is going to give me warmth and definition, but not necessarily contour, but it is kind of doing it a little bit because of the placement. But I typically will not reach for cream bronzers, which is why I'm always using this Westman Atelier contour stick. It's just the best shade, and it looks so natural. Look at that. All those weird trending hacks I see for contour, or even like winged liner, I'm like, absolutely not. Like, I saw a thing where it clips to your face, so you get like the perfect nose contour, and I'm like, no. I tend to use a variety of powders on my face. Let me just show you. I was gonna explain it, but let me just show you. Okay, so first what I like to do is take the Laura Mercier Ultra Blur Translucent Setting Powder. This one is talc free, and I apply this all over my face. With the kabuki brush, I apply this everywhere, even over the contour. It's just really natural, and it does such a good job at setting. And make sure you don't set your creases, so pick that up before. So even a little bit underneath the eyes, on the lid. Once that is done, I'll do a light baking, and for the under eyes, I will use a pink powder. This one is from Dominique Cosmetics. It's called Rosita, and it is so beautiful. I love it. I didn't think I was gonna love this. I really did not. But it truly looks so beautiful underneath the eyes. And I think these little sponges have been trending also. I've had mine for a long time. This one's from LH Cosmetics, Linda Hallberg. Shout out, the OG, she's the best. You can put your finger in it, and you can be a little more precise with your under eye powder. So I just pick it up. I tend to tap off a little bit of the excess. My under eyes just crease no matter what. So anytime someone else does my makeup and they just lightly dust underneath my eyes, I'm like, you're gonna regret that. Just letting you know. And they're like, no, I have a technique. And then I look at myself later in the day and my under eyes are fully creased. It's like one of my my biggest learning lessons when other people do my makeup. I'm like, they gotta set my under eyes, they gotta do a light baking. If not, it's going to crease. And then I usually get creases on my laugh line, so then I'll go in with another powder, the OG Laura Mercier Translucent, because I think that the pink powder only looks great underneath the eyes. But I'll use this, sit right here. And honestly, I don't have that much makeup on with that tint and the concealer, so it's a little unnecessary right now, but I just want to show you how I use all my different powders on my face because I use a lot of them. And then I would take my Makeup Forever HD foundation powder as my touch-up powder. It's the best. I just need a lighter shade because right now all the ones I have are too dark. I could honestly leave my eyes like this, but something that has been trending is a soft wing, and I like to do it with a pencil liner. So what I do is, I'm gonna have my flat brush ready. This one is from Refer, number 29. I add a little right here. Start with a small amount, just like that. And I just extend this out. So I pull from the very corner and pull up just like that. And then if I want a little more definition, I'll only add it right here, just a small amount like that, and then blend that out. And not blend it out high, I'm just keeping it very, very low. And I just love this eyeliner effect. I just think it looks perfect for like a casual everyday look when you want a little something with your makeup, but you don't want to look, you know, like you didn't do anything to your eyes. To me, it's the perfect wing. I'm gonna stay zoomed in for this next one. The one that started Mascara Gate, Telescopic. I'm not sure that this is the one, but it is a telescopic mascara. It is Telescopic Carbon Black. And honestly, I used it the other day and it's really, really good. I've never seen my lashes look like this. Let me show you. I'm just gonna stay zoomed in. I normally wouldn't do my mascara at this point, but I'm just gonna get into it. I thought I was gonna hate it because look at the brush. I don't know if you can tell, but it's a really, really weird brush. But it works. I mean, it's great. So I don't know which one was the one that caused Mascara Gate, but I'll look out for it and give it a try next because this one is really, really good. And then the moment we've been waiting for, cream blush with powder blush with cream blush on top, which sounds so scary. I'm using the Patrick Ta blush since he is the originator, the creator of this trend. I'm using this blush called She's Blushing. Oh, double take cream and powder blush and She's Blushing. So the cream is on top. I love that he adds this. It's such a smart little feature. So I'm gonna go in with the powder first, which it is a shimmery powder blush. And it is a darker blush, so I'm a little nervous. I'm gonna tap off the excess on my hand just so I don't go overboard. Pat it on. I mean, it is a very beautiful blush. Look at that. Right now I'm nervous. I'm gonna take my sponge, dip it directly into the cream, and I'm going to make sure to blend it on my hand to remove any excess. Because if you go overboard now, it's all done. It's over. The makeup will be ruined. So look at it. Look at my hand. This is me getting nervous and just like wiping off as much as possible. Okay, we're gonna just... I actually think it looks really good. I wonder if it would work with other cream blushes and powder blushes or if it just works because these two go together. But I like it. I always use this to protect my baby hairs because if not, they go crazy. Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. I was adding my L'Oreal Voluminous Waterproof in brown black, and I just remembered another trend. I feel like brown mascara has been everywhere, and if you've watched my channel forever and ever, you know that I love a brown black mascara on my lower lashes. I just have really long lower lashes and it makes them look way more natural. But I've been noticing a lot of brands launching brown mascaras and I just love it. I even use it on my upper lashes sometimes. It just ends up looking really soft. And for a look like this, typically I would have used a brown, but I wanted to use that telescopic mascara. But the brown mascara trend I can fully back if you want a softer look for every day. If your lower lashes can get really spider-like like mine, a brown black is going to soften it up. And I love seeing brands come out with them because it gives me more options. Whereas before I used to always use this one. The other one I really love, ooh, why is this so bright? The YSL one, let me show it to you guys. But this one to me looks way more brown. Look at that. That's like an obvious brown, but I do love it. I have used it on my upper lashes for a really soft look, and I highly recommend it. Again, for like an everyday. Give it a try. Give it a try and let me know if you enjoy it. The last trend is something I have been doing for ages, and then I also think I mentioned this in another video also. I'm probably like repeating a couple things here. Hailey Bieber made the, I think she called it like glossy chocolate lip or something like that. I don't remember what she called it, but she uses this specific liner, and I was so mad because for a while there it was difficult to find anywhere. Caffeine from Makeup Forever is my absolute favorite, and then I usually just pair it with a favorite lip balm for every day, which is my Clarins Moisture Replenishing Lip Balm. I also really love the Summer Fridays lip balm in the beige vanilla color, but Boomer, my dog Boomer, if you guys don't know who he is, he's not in here right now, he decided to chew it up. I came home and it was splattered all over the bed. I thought he was past that phase. He clearly wasn't, so that's another great option if you want a little bit of color. That is gonna be it for today's video. I did straighten my hair and now I don't know how to act. I don't know what to do with it. Tutorials probably on my shorts tab. If you guys haven't checked that out yet, go to my shorts, especially if you want more of the sound bites versus the full-length movie, if you know what I mean. But just to give you guys a quick recap, one thing I really wanted to mention is that this Estee Lauder Sheer Longwear Makeup and e.l.f. Power Grip Primer are such a great combo for a sheer skin tint type formula that is long wearing, because it looks incredible. It doesn't look like it's going to budge at all, and I know most skin tints lean towards the more natural, effortless, I mean that's the point of a skin tint, right? But I don't think most of them focus on being long wearing, and this combination, it looks incredible. Also, the Maybelline brightener, shade 160, if you can get your hands on this. Again, remember, light to medium, pink, medium to tan, medium to dark, yellow, to brighten up your under eye. And that's all. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Any other trends, trending products, techniques you want me to try, comment down below and show your support any way your heart desires. Comment, like this video, hit that notification bell, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.